Alright, what's up everyone, it's Sam from 64 Wheels, back with more diecast, and today we're going to be unboxing 5 more cars from the Hot Wheels Pullback Speeders line. I'm really enjoying collecting this line. I think the variety of colors, the variation of castings, I'm really getting a kick out of it, and I think the price point is just right. These are $7.99, found these all at my local Target, which is just about $1 to $1.50 more than just the standard car culture releases. And while they don't have the collectability and accuracy of the 1/64 scale, we're getting a ton of cool castings from this. So not only are we getting castings that are licensed like the Porsche, the Evo, and the RX8, we're getting fantasy castings that are getting new life breathed into them thanks to moving parts. So these are cars we never ever would have seen in the mainline or even premium get a moving part or even a re-release. So this is just an exciting line overall. I think they have done a great job with it so far, and I'm really pumped to see what else they do with it, to see if we get any accessories in the scale, if we get any tracks. I hope this is starting to just gather steam within Hot Wheels, because I think a lot of collectors like them. I've received pretty good feedback so far on the videos of them, and now that I have that like literal like Carvana or Kavana display for them, I'm pumped because I'll buy as many of these as they will come out with, because I think they're excellent. So these are from Wave 3, and as before, from the previous waves, other than the first wave, we are getting half repeats, half new castings, and then there are some recolors. So the Porsche is actually recolor. We got it in the last wave in orange, which I did an unboxing of, and we'll link that down in the comments below. But then the other 3 repeats, the Lolux, Mighty K, and the Twin Mill, are exact duplicates basically of the previous release. So it's same wheels, same color, same everything. So if you don't want to collect the doubles, you don't have to. So what I'm doing is I'm buying the new castings and then the recolors, because I don't need 3 of those, or 2 of them, or however many. So it'll yet to be seen what will be repeated out of this one. My guess is the Alpha Pursuit and the Mod Speeder, because it does seem like the fantasy castings are getting a lot of life in this line. But it will be cool to see what kind of new license castings we get. I do know one of them is, I think, a Hellcat Challenger. I saw that preview online, but I haven't seen any of the other ones previewed, so that will be cool. And then if I find them, I also will do a community post on YouTube about them. So the other ones from this line, obviously the Porsche, we touched on that one, the Mod Speeder, the RX8, Alpha Pursuit, and the Evo are all the ones we're going to be opening up today. So these are going to be really cool. I'm excited about this line. I really have enjoyed, like I said, collecting this line, and I'm looking forward to displaying these in my new little Kavana tower. So let's go ahead and bust these open here. I don't save the boxes on these. I don't know the collectability of them. I have not looked at these on eBay or whatnot, or any of the selling platforms, so I don't know if any of these, like Porsches, are pretty collectible nowadays. I don't know if those are going for big money, or if people buying them. It seems like these have been pretty easy to find in stores. Usually after the first, like, when they restock new ones, they seem to get bought up, and then afterwards, like now, I went to the same Target over the weekend, and all these same cars were stocked. Like, you could buy multiples if you wanted. So I don't know if that's good or bad yet. That's yet to be seen. So they all have these little lift off like tabs. I think last time they were clear. Yeah, they were clear before. So now they've changed color on us. So go ahead, pop those open, you twist them, and then the car comes off. So get rid of that wrapper. But this is cool. Man, that looks awesome. I like the colors. I know my buddy Kavish, we were talking about these because he collects them too. He was saying that some of the liveries was like they were taken from the not the ID line, the NFT line, which I kind of forgot about that. But they have some awesome liveries in the NFT line. I know a lot of people don't collect them, but the colorations and the casting in that line are awesome. So I can't remember if this is one of those or not, but I like the way it looks anyway. So this looks great in this purple. It's got a pink window. I think it looks really realistic. It's like a, I don't know, I want to say it's like a autocross / drift car. It's just like I said, it's a modified speeder. I don't know, it's kind of whatever Hot Wheels wants to do with these, but I think the design looks great. It has those big steel wheels on it. Obviously, it has the pullback, which is pretty smooth. Metal body, plastic chassis, and it is a screw chassis, but it does have the 3-sided safety screw, like the triangle screw in it. But I love how aggressive this looks. So let's go ahead and pop open the hood. So there, this one kind of looks plasticky. It doesn't really like, it's cool that it got a moving part, but it doesn't really do a lot for me. You can see the engine, but it's not, it doesn't have a ton of detail. I would say the pink part in it are almost like, not subframe connectors, but it looks like it's part of the vehicle, if that makes sense, almost like a strut tower brace or bar, something like that. But it's cool to see that this got a moving part anyway. So it says high temp. Let's look at the tampos. Looks good. I think this one will display very well, or if you're into playing with them, this will play very well as well. Again, I've touched on this in every video, but I think the rollback action on these are a little higher quality than the ones you get at like Kroger or that have been released in the past, even the licensed one, because I have a couple pullback Maserati Gran Turismos because I love that car. Fairly cheap. These feel solid. I think these are more worthy of the price point than some of those cheaper ones, even though they're like $5. I think these give you a little bit better bang for your buck. That looks rad too. So they are rubber tires, but they're very hard compound rubber tires. So they will drive through light carpet, not very heavy carpet. They'll go on tile, wood, and of course like smooth tabletops like this. So they are multifunctional when you want to play with them. But again, it's got to be very, very almost like industrial carpet, that like hard carpet you see at like an elementary school or like the entryway somewhere. It's got to be carpet like that to do that. So let's go ahead and open a license casting. So let's do the 2004 Mazda RX8 Custom. So as you know, Hot Wheels, or if you've watched any of my videos on the Fast and the Furious line, Hot Wheels released a custom RX8 in the Fast and the Furious line. So it would be a silver line car, a mainline plus. This is a totally different casting though. This is not the same casting. This almost looks like a drift version, where the other one looked like it almost had like a Veilside style body kit. This one does not. So there is the kind of like the art for it. I think this one looks a lot better, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of that casting from Fast and the Furious. I just think the body kit doesn't look good. It doesn't translate as well as this body kit does, or at least looks like it does. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better to me. Super cool. Okay. Yeah, the Fast and the Furious one, I'm glad we got that casting. It's cool. You'll see it probably pop up in the main line and other silver lines and such, but it's ugly. This one, however, looks awesome. I think the body kit on this looks very aggressive. It almost looks like what is that? A Vader front end? Is that the right body kit I'm thinking of, or the car? I don't know. It's the one that people turn, it's like 350Zs into like what is that called? I think it's a Vader. Maybe not. I'll try to put a screenshot of it up here so you know what I'm talking about. But they look wild. But that kind of reminds me of the front of those cars. But tampos on this look great. There's a couple different colors on here. I like the variation. They almost made it look like a Fast and the Furious type car with that like, you know, from the very first one. What do they call those? Like the pointing arrow, like the little comics. It kind of looks like that a little bit. It has the aero disc wheels. I think the casting looks great. This is by far better than that Fast and the Furious one I was talking about. The fast one from Tokyo Drift, just it looks horrible. This looks pretty sick. I think they did a good job with it. The front grille might be a little narrow because I think it does look like another car. I don't know if you just showed me this, if I would guess RX8. From the back, I think I would, especially maybe like a quarter angle. But the front, I don't know. But overall, I really like the job they did on this. So it even has like defrost lines on the back window. Both doors open up. It is a left-hand drive version. I don't know if there's a variation in it. It looks like it has a fairly detailed interior. It's got some seat belts there. And does it have a laptop? Looks like it has a laptop or something on the passenger seat, which is kind of cool. But I can't tell what it is though. I don't know. It's got the sunroof that's popped open. Really nicely done. It is. I think the quality looks good. The wheels look good. It's got those crazy exhausts sticking out back. This is a nice casting. Flat floors. Again, they like be able to have a flat floor on a pullback car is something that really has not been done before. Almost always there's some kind of hump, and even like if we look like here on these, what was this, a Fusion Busta, you can see that they kind of did a little hump, but not really. Even the Porsche has a pretty flat bottom. Like they have done a great job in designing this line and making the utility hidden within it. So this is, I mean, props to the designers for making this car look realistic, tuned, like customized, and have the pullback action. Very nice job on this one. Yeah, very smooth. Those aero disc wheels look great on this too. Probably already said that, but I'm just reiterating because I think they look nice. But yeah, that's a good looking casting. Very nicely done. That's one I hope to see in some other colors. That I would definitely buy and repeat. So very cool. Okay, let's do the Porsche. Since that is a repeat, we can kind of go through that one rather quickly. But I think the shark blue on this, or I think that's what it's supposed to be, is probably one of the most hyped Porsche colors in a long time. And this car just looks amazing in it. Every picture I see online of one, I'm like, yeah, I'm not a big Porsche guy, but man, they look so good. So again, if you're collecting these, if you're leaving them in the box, you have to open this. I don't care if you're like a mint in box collector, you have to open this because you can already see how tight that rubber band is on the side of these. And if you don't take these off pretty soon after getting it, it will ruin the paint. So you definitely, oh, there's a hair from the factory on it. You definitely have to take them off. Like sometimes I've opened cars that aren't very old, like RLC cars that I've just waited a little bit to get, and they have some of the mark already on them. So definitely be careful with that. I've ruined an M2 doing that from their like collector thing. I'll probably never buy another one of those because it ruined so much of that truck's paint. But this looks good. No ruined paint here. It wasn't on there long enough, thankfully, to ruin the paint, but this casting looks nice. There's a nice Porsche logo. I think the paint looks nice. It's got the Porsche logo on the door. It would have been cool if they did it around the whole bottom, but I understand. I mean, they do have to make these within cost, so this is a licensed casting. Those are the printer style tampos on the back. Not a huge fan of those. Yeah, not a huge fan of those, but you can actually read the Porsche and the GT3. I think they work a lot better on these larger castings because it allows more space between the letters, so even if they are pixelated, it doesn't look as pixelated on these big ones. You can see the artifacts around the GT3, but you can still tell it says GT3, whereas in like if you take this Liberty Walk R35, you can see like there, you can't even see what they say, but these are the same tampos you can see because it's a lot bigger basically. So there is some forgiveness with those tampos on these bigger scales, but this one, the door opens, both doors open, looking good. It's got a fairly detailed interior. This one, it's kind of odd because they have this like fake roll cage setup in the back because they are hiding the mechanism in there. They kind of hit it a lot better on the other cars, but this one, it kind of sticks out a little, but it also does look like a roll cage. Again, $7.99 price point. These are not the $25 1/43 scales, but I think this is well worth its $7 price tag. So when we look at them, they have the same detailing. I don't think there's any difference in them other than the color. Yeah, this one got the extra black stripe. This one did not, but I like it without the stripe. I'm a fan without the stripe, so not a bad casting. I also think the black plastic wing looks better than the body colored wing. I like that. I think I like the blue one better. Yeah, overall, really good action on these. I think they work well. They're nice and smooth. They don't have like, some of them have a little wobble in the tire, but overall pretty good. Again, another flat floor. Just, they did a good job with these. Man, these are cool. Okay, let's do Alpha Pursuit and then we will do the Evo last. So again, this one does have some rubber bands around it as well. So to open it, you do have to cut. There are like little like stickers on it so people just don't open them up. I know that sucks if you're like a box or a carded collector because you do have to open these up or they're going to get ruined. But to me, it's worth it. I do the same thing with my RLC cars. Anything that has one of the rubber bands on it, I open it up and cut it off. I don't care. I opened up the RWB Porsche RLC like with the figure because it had a rubber band around it. And I'm like, you know, if I don't open this, it's going to ruin it. And to me, having a nice car is more important than the value. So, because that's what, you got to collect what you want. And when you want something to be nice, you got to take care of it. You got to take those rubber bands off. So I'm go ahead and remove those. Just like that. This is a cool casting. This is Hot Wheels' take on a police car. They have a couple custom like fantasy police cars. This one's cool. I would have liked to seen the Rogue Hog as well, but this looks pretty cool. Like, look at the detail. That is not detail we'd get on the main line or have really gotten As you can see, the push bar in the front grille actually has like texture to it, which is awesome. That's a little bit apparent on the main line, but usually like this is all filled in, or there's other details that they can't show, like spaces in the chassis. But this looks cool. I like this. Says pace car, and I don't know, I assume that says HW, like Hot Wheels or something else. I'll have to, like, something else Hot Wheels related, I might have to do the little translator and see what that says. But this one's cool. Like, look at that. We're getting a dual color plastic insert for the sirens. We don't really get light bars like that usually. Like, usually they're just one color across and they might have a color tampo on them. But that's cool because it's a dual color plastic for that. Very nice. So I think, do the doors open on this? Ooh, they do. Okay. Interesting. So that actually has the door glass on it. That's cool. And you can see that interior. Very futuristic looking on this one. Those are huge doors too. Yeah. It's got like a squared off steering wheel. Again, lots of interior detail, but it looks a little odd in the back. There's a roll cage, but that is where the like the gear mechanism for this look is hidden. So it looks a little funny, but when you have the door closed, I don't think that really, can't really tell. I mean, it's not bad. The door fitment on this one does not fit as well as the others. I don't know if it's something I did to close them or that's the plastic on the doors, but this one doesn't seem to close as nice as some of the others. As you can see, the door gap is a lot larger. I like the pink, I like the colors, I like the white steel wheels. Again, fairly flat chassis. This one has a little bit of leeway in it where you can kind of see that bump, but overall, definitely not it doesn't kill the vibe of the car. Yeah, that one seemed a little bit louder too. So I don't know if it's this one. Maybe I just got a rough one. I don't know if they're all this way, but I would still buy this because I really like the paint job. I like that it says pace car, and that dual color light bar up there is awesome. Look at that. If only it lit up. That would be the only other thing. Like, I would rather not have moving parts and then have it light up, like put a little watch battery, but I know that's asking a lot for $8. So lastly, we have the Evo 9, and as you can see, we have another rubber band, and I assume that is to keep the door shut because it's been on everyone that has had the door shut, I believe. I haven't seen it on ones like that have like this one that has like the moving engine, like the bone shaker, and a couple like twin mill have that. I don't think any of those had rubber bands on them. So, all right, let's check out this Evo. So I believe this is the Evo 9. This would be the based off the new casting from Tokyo Drift that is in the silver line of Fast and the Furious. I don't know if we've even got it outside that line yet, but it's a good looking casting. It has a separate plastic wing there. This one, obviously the doors do open. It's got a nice red interior. It's not super detailed. I think some of the other ones, like this steering wheel, is just a flat piece of plastic, but the seats look really cool. It does have some console detailing, some dash detailing. Yeah, not bad. Again, $7. You have to take the good with the bad for this price, but the door action on this one, much better. They fit way better than the Alpha Pursuit one. So that's cool because this is licensed. You probably would want it to fit better, but the taillights look really nice. That Mitsubishi logo looking good. I mean, there's almost no artifacting on that. It's perfectly in place. Did a very nice job on that. And I like these graphics. Hot Wheels GR FX, the graphics, mags and men's pistons, D. Evans, Dava. So these are all like fantasy brands. I'm sure they're all based on Hot Wheels designers or someone related to Hot Wheels because they usually are. It's got that Hot Wheels 06 on there, the little door sticker. The headlights look really nice. Those look good. They have a little bit of white on them. Do you see that like white overlay? And I think it's supposed to be there. I think it's supposed to give it like a little depth, which it does, but up close it looks a little odd. It almost looks like they painted over it. But again, Mitsubishi logo. This one doesn't look as quite as sharp as the other one. It also looks like the car is smiling at you from this angle, but I really like the headlight detail they did. The graphic makes it look really nice, like back here. Looks good. I think they could have added some black or something down here to kind of split the front bumper up a little bit because I think there's a lot of white space, blank space there that they could have improved on. But the carbon fiber on the hood looks awesome. Really nice job on that. Does the hood open on this one too? Can't see through the camera. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, I just want to double check. But I like that they put the pullback speeders logo on there. There's a lot of like hairs, like fibers on these. Straight from the factory. I don't know what's up with that. But these have the same 5-spoke wheels as the Porsche, but they are colored black on the inside, so it has a chrome lip on it, but it looks good. I really like this. So this one, again, pretty flat base. It does have what is, I believe, is the spare tire well in the back, and then it has the rear axle. But it doesn't look bad. I still don't think you would, like, that doesn't look like a pullback car to me sitting right there because the bottom is hidden. So let's go ahead and pull it back. Yeah, not bad. And overall smooth movement. I'm pretty impressed with this line overall. For $7, it's not bad. I think you definitely get more bang for your buck with the licensed casting. But honestly, if you're a fantasy casting collector, these are like the top of the top. These are excellent castings. So, I mean, I really like this one. This one and the RX8 are my two favorites out of here. And then if I had to pick one, I would probably pick the Mod Speeder just because it's a fantasy casting. And I know, like, the work that it took to get this to a moving part was worth it. So really, really like that. But this RX8 is really cool too. Nothing wrong with the Porsche, nothing wrong with the Evo. I just think I have my favorites of those. So let me know which one is your favorite in the comments. Let me know if you're collecting this line. Now that we've unboxed, what, over 10 of them. Maybe getting closer to that 20 number. I don't know. I've unboxed quite a few of them. So let me know what you think of these in the comments. If you're collecting them, which one of these you like the best or which ones are you least impressed with. I'm a little bummed about the Alpha Pursuit doors, but I do like a lot of the other features on the other cars. So I really appreciate you watching. This is Sam, 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe as always. I have so much more new content coming soon. Got a throwback post that will be posted this Thursday again, and I might do a community post and see what you guys want to unbox or open because I do have a lot. We might decide between a few different Matchbox play sets and kind of unbox those. So until next time, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.